Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everybody to Islamically webinar 7.0. Thank you for the overwhelming registrations once again. We will wait just a couple of seconds for everybody else to join in, and inshallah we will start. A lot of you who have been invited today are new users who have downloaded the app in just a couple of weeks back. Couple of you are already subscribed users who have upgraded to a paid subscription and are enjoying the full services of Islamically. Inshallah, we will give you a demo of the web version, and if you have any problems on the app as well, just put your questions up and inshallah we will answer all the questions. Today we have a specific agenda in terms of what we want to do. While we wait for other people to join in, I hope you would have got a notification on your apps already that the problems that were discussed in the last webinar, especially in terms of the iOS app, has been fixed, in the sense that you can see the iOS update has come in yesterday. So all of you who are using Apple phones and were having problems, please upgrade your app, update your app actually from your Play Stores or the Apple Store, and inshallah you will face no problems. In spite of that, if you have problems, please do let us know. Our customer support is always available through our WhatsApp, which is enabled on your app itself, or you can send us an email through info@islamically.com. Sounds good. Let's just get started. It's already 2 minutes into the webinar, and as people come in, inshallah, we will start taking questions as well. At any point in time, if you have questions, just keep posting your questions up, and we will take up, we will devote a significant amount of time to the questions, inshallah, as well. I'll start sharing my screen so that I get started on the slides that I have for you. Right. Today's webinar will focus on these topics. That is, I'll give you an introduction of what is Islamically, the Shariah Scholars behind Islamically. Then we will follow it up with a full demo on how Islamically will assist you in finding Sharia compliant stocks. And then whatever questions you have, I'll take those questions. We will aim to finish the first 3 points, inshallah, within 30-35 minutes, or probably 45 minutes, inshallah, and then quickly move on to your questions. And we will devote at least 50% of the time on this webinar today to answer your questions. If you have any questions at any given point in time, just type out your questions in the question sections over there, and I will start taking the questions one by one once I finish the first 3 points. Yes. What is Islamically, right? A lot of you may be old users but have recently upgraded to a full subscription. Couple of you will be the ones who have downloaded the app or have been acquainted with Islamically for just a couple of weeks. Hence, we decided to devote this webinar to explain to you as to what Islamically is, the ethos behind Islamically, and although a lot of this information is already available on our websites as well as our YouTube channel, also on the app, but since you have come to the webinar, I will be happy to take you through all of these things quickly. So what is Islamically? So Islamically is a platform to discover Sharia compliant stocks globally. So on Islamically, either on the app or on the desktop, so it's available on the app as well as on the desktop, you can instantly find the Sharia compliant status of more than 35,000 stocks globally. If you are not very acquainted with what is Sharia compliance, then very, very simply and quickly, Sharia compliance is ascertaining whether an equity investment is as per the Sharia rules or not. There is a Sharia criteria given out by scholars the Sharia criteria is available on the app in the profile section, as well as on the website under the banner screening criteria on the top right. You can go have a look at that for detailed Sharia criteria. So if you wanted to know if a particular stock is Sharia compliant or not, then Islamically is your one-stop solution. We cover more than 35,000 stocks globally. This compliance information is updated on a daily basis. Hence, Islamically is a one-stop tool for managing your Sharia equity portfolio. So we provide you with the research. That is, we clearly define whether a particular stock is Sharia compliant or not. We also give you a lot of content to help you in your journey of managing a Sharia compliant portfolio. Let's say, for example, all the trading rules, any issues you have, including these webinars to answer your questions. So that's the content. We have recently started covering IPOs as well on a 1:1 basis. And inshallah, very soon we will cover the IPO as a section on the Islamically web portal. Plus, Islamically is a portal to give you guidance with respect to managing a Sharia compliant portfolio. Islamically can be relied on because it is certified and guided by the leading Sharia scholars in the world. So let me go, revise this with you. So Islamically is a platform to discover Sharia compliant stocks globally. So if you want to find out whether a particular stock is Sharia compliant in a particular market, you can come to Islamically, upgrade your subscription, and just punch in that stock and figure out if that stock is Sharia compliant or not. I will take you through a demo so that you can understand the functionality better. It's available on the app and the desktop. A lot of you already know this. There are 35,000 plus stocks that are covered on Islamically. So it is truly a global database. In addition to that, on a daily basis, we are adding hundreds of stock on a daily basis to our compliance radar. Hence, the universe is expanding every day. The compliance information is absolutely up to date and live and fresh. That is, every day on a 5-day basis, it is updated with the latest financial numbers and the latest sector screening if there's any new number coming in. So you can rely on the information given on Islamically to be absolutely fresh and live. Hence, Islamically is a one-stop tool for managing all your Sharia compliant equity portfolio in terms of the research required, in terms of the content, and in terms of the guidance that you require to manage a Sharia compliant portfolio. To get credibility, so Islamically is certified and guided by leading Sharia scholars. So let's look more into who has backed Islamically and the Sharia scholars behind Islamically. So the most renowned Sharia Scholars Board backs Islamically. The Sharia Scholars Board is in-house to Islamically. That means the Sharia scholars are an integral part of the team at Islamically. All emerging issues on compliance are discussed with the Sharia Scholars Board. What we mean by this is, let's say, for example, a company is doing a business activity which is unique, may not have been discussed. The rules for classifying it as compliant or otherwise may not be very clear in the Sharia criteria. We have accessibility to the Sharia Scholars Board directly to ask them if this business model is Sharia compliant or not, if this particular event is Sharia compliant or not, if this particular activity is Sharia compliant or not. Alhamdulillah, we have that access, and the Sharia scholars have massive amount of experience in terms of understanding the nature of businesses and giving judgments as to a business model is Sharia compliant or not. In terms of the research team that Islamically has, alhamdulillah, we are proud to say that Islamically research team has 20 years of experience in doing Sharia compliance screening. We have been providing data to a couple of large index providers, to a couple of large investment managers globally in both sides of the world, that is in the Arab world as well as in the Western world. Alhamdulillah, we've had more than hundreds of Sharia committee meetings till date, where we have discussed hundreds of issues regarding Sharia compliance of equities. So rest be assured that the research given on Islamically is absolutely up to date, is done in conjunction with the knowledge that Sharia scholars have given us. If there is ambiguity, we go back to the Sharia scholars. In addition to that, we want to be 100% transparent. Hence, on the app, you can see there is a discussion forum. That is, you can ask us questions if you do not like something that we are doing, or if you do not understand what we're trying to do. You can post a question, and inshallah, we will answer within 24 hours. Sometimes it gets delayed, but we aim to answer everything very, very quickly. In addition to that, under every stock, if you are a subscribed user, you can see that under every stock detail page, you have a discussion forum regarding that stock. So let's say if you're not happy with the compliance of Reliance, you can instantly ask a question that what is your concern regarding Reliance? And inshallah, we will answer that. We've also started giving out research reports. So recently we covered the IPO of Rosary Biotech, which is getting listed in India. We also gave out a research report about Amazon, and that will give you an understanding. All of this is available in the article section on the app and on the blog section of the website. You will get an understanding as to what is the in-depth research that Islamically conducts and gives a compliance information. Now, if you read these two articles, you will get an understanding as to how Islamically does its research, what are the criteria that it considers, and how things happen on the Islamically portal. Let's move on. So who are the Sharia scholars behind Islamically? So we have the good fortune of having Dr. Muhammad Al-Ghari from Saudi Arabia, who heads our Sharia board, and he's a chairman of our Sharia board. We have the good fortune of having Dr. Nazih Hamad from Canada as a member of our Sharia board, and Dr. Muhammad Amin Ali Qattan as a member of our Sharia board as well. All of these scholars have massive experience in terms of dealing with issues, especially in the equity space, especially in the Sharia compliance of equities globally. Let me move a little ahead and show you the profile of our Sharia Committee Chairman. That's Dr. Muhammad Al-Ghari's profile. He's a PhD in economics from the University of California. In addition to that, he has been a pioneering member of AOFI as well. And currently, he is one of the board of trustees at AOFI, as well as the member of the Sharia Standards Committee of AOFI. So a lot of people have asked us that, is your Sharia criteria similar to what AOFI is? So we always maintain that our criteria is not word to word similar to AOFI, but it is an extension of the AOFI criteria. And the Sharia scholar, who is the chairman of our Sharia board, is also a key member of the AOFI Sharia Standards Board. So there is absolutely no conflict between these two Sharia criteria. He was the associate professor of Islamic economics in the Department of Economics, King Abdulaziz University, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. He was a deputy director, Center of Research in Islamic Economics, again King Abdulaziz University. He was a member academic committee of the pioneering Islamic bank in the world, which is the Islamic Development Bank. He either has been or is currently on the Sharia boards of National Commercial Bank, which is one of the biggest banks in Saudi Arabia, City Islamic, a Western bank, Saudi American Bank in the UK, the Saudi British Bank in the UK, the Dow Jones Islamic Index, as well as the S&P Index. So he's got massive experience in terms of Sharia compliant equity advisory, and alhamdulillah, we are guided by him. Let's move on. This is the certificate of Sharia compliance that we have. So we believe Islamically is one of the very first Sharia compliant and Sharia certified apps in the world. So as you can see, the wording, this is to certify that Islamically app is Sharia compliant and is a credible, well-researched source of Sharia compliant stocks globally. We hereby certify that the Sharia compliant stocks information displayed on the Islamically app is in accordance with the Sharia screening criteria approved by the below Sharia Scholars Board, and it has been signed by Dr. Muhammad Al-Ghari, Dr. Muhammad Amin Ali Qattar, and Dr. Nazi Hamad. This is a digital version of it, and we have the physically signed certificate as well by the same Sharia Scholars Board. So essentially, what I mean to say is Islamically is backed by the most credible, the most experienced Sharia scholars in the world. They have this experience by working with a large group of asset managers globally. And let's see what Dr. Muhammad Al-Ghari says about Islamically through this video. There you go. It's taking a couple of minutes to open up, but it should come up now. Yes.
Alhamdulillah. نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. We were pleased today to be shown this new app, Islamically, and we found it really very useful. It's going to be a milestone, the dissemination of the Sharia-based information about life in total. Now they started with the equity criteria, and the content of this app is really extremely useful to everybody who's interested in investing in equity. And inshallah, it will grow to become really useful in all aspects of life to help Muslims cling to their Sharia and make sure that the things they do, they eat, they invest in, is in line with the Sharia requirements. We thank very much the developers and we wish them, inshallah, all the luck. Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah.
This video is also available on our YouTube channel, which is Islamically.com. On the Islamically YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for Islamically, and you will get all of these videos. This video is also in Arabic. I do not want to play the entire thing, but Alhamdulillah, we're very fortunate that the leading scholar in the world in Islamic finance has to say such lovely words about us. We are very, very humbled and very fortunate to have the guidance and support of the entire Sharia board, especially Dr. Muhammad Al-Ghari, who has been very kind enough to guide us in the entire journey. That brings us to the next event, which is the Islamically demo. Let me just see if you guys have started putting questions. Yes, I can see a lot of questions, alhamdulillah, come in. Let me quickly take you through the demo, and we should be good very soon. So that's the dashboard that we have over here on the web portal. On the left-hand side, you have the option to click, which will lead you to this dashboard. You have the portfolio section, you have the entire universe, you have the scrapbook, you have my request, forums and articles, help and chat. I will take you through all of these functions very, very quickly, but let's study the dashboard to start off with. This is the country selection right on top. If you drop down, you will get all the countries that you're subscribed to. Let us stick to United States for now. This widget page has 3 pages. That means there are more than about 27 widgets available. You can see here on the top left of your screen. You can go to page 2 and see more widgets. You can go to page 3 as well to have more widgets. Right? Now let's go back to page 1. All of this is customizable as far as you would want. So this shows you the name of the market, and the number of stocks that are compliant. If you are subscribed to multiple markets, you can just scroll through this way, and you can see the total number of the percentage of the market compliance. This map view also tells you the number of stocks which are Sharia compliant in your market. So if you see UK has 291 Sharia compliant stocks. If you're subscribed to Germany, there are 112 stocks. France has about 88 stocks. Canada has 264. And next should be US, which has 1923 stocks which are Sharia compliant. If you want to see more, you can click over here and you will get to the universe section. This is your holding section, which will give you a summary. So it has, I have created a portfolio which has 6 stocks. I have invested 270. My value of my investments is 275.93 million, just hypothetical number. It has gone up by 61%, and my changes from the amount of money I have invested to now is I'm up by 105.09 million. All hypothetical numbers. This is one of the most important widgets, which will tell you that if you hold a stock which has become non-compliant, it will instantly alert you. So I hold Amazon, I hold Bank of America, and Bahrain Telecommunications Company. All of these have turned non-compliant, and hence there's an alert which tells me as to the stocks have turned non-compliant. This widget tells you the changes, so today's changes. So in the US market, there's only one change. Let me, since I am on the United States market, I can see that there's one change in this market. We also give you, if you see the second line of it, of the dashboard, we also give you the top 5 Sharia compliant stocks according to the market, the top 5 Sharia compliant gainers, the top 5 Sharia compliant losers. In the last webinar, there was a feedback that this is not available. This is not visible clearly. So this has been fixed now. So if you click on view, you will get to see only those stocks and then the other stocks below. So the top 5 gainers will come on top and the other stocks will be seen below. Let's see now. I've clicked on it. It will take some time to load. On your screens, it will be faster because right now I'm playing the webinar as well as utilizing this tool. So it will take a couple of more seconds, but it should turn up. It's way faster than this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Anyway, this will turn up very, very quickly. On your screens, I don't want to waste your time on this. Let's get back to the dashboard. All right. Now, if you want to add a widget, you can add a widget from here. Let's click over here. There are many, many widgets over here. If you want to add any of these widgets, just select it. Let's say, for example, you want to add you want to add individual portfolio summary. All right. If you click over here, since I've already exhausted it, let's say individual stock details as well. Sorry. I can search the market as well as search the stock. Let's say I want to see Amazon. It will load the preview over here. And you can add it from here. Let's try compliance tax on number of companies. It's slightly slow. That's why I'm not waiting for the results to come in. So you can see the preview over here. And if you like what you're seeing, just click over here and add to my widgets from here. You can reallocate widgets as well from the top. If you see where reallocate widgets on the top right, just click over there. So these are page 1 widgets, page 2 widgets, and page 3 widgets. If you want to bring anything from page 3 to page 1, you can just drag and drop, and it will get readjusted. So I'll close this, and this will get readjusted. So it says widgets reallocated successfully. On the top hand side, this bar, you have a search bar. You can search any stock instantly and get there right away. You don't have to wait for anything. If you want to view it as a full screen, you can view it as a full screen as well over here. This button will take you to the full screen option as well. Let's move on to portfolio. These are all the portfolios that you have. If you want to create a new portfolio, just click on create new portfolio. You can either upload it from an Excel file or add stocks manually. It will list the entire universe. Select the universe, the market that you want. So I'll keep it to United States. Either scroll up or search. Let's say I want to add AstraZeneca, PetroChina, and Siemens. Okay, I click review and submit. I get these 3 stocks. If I want to remove any of these, I can remove it from this bin button from the right. Currently, I can see that none of these stocks are part of any portfolio. As you can see, 0, 0, 0. It shows over here. It shows the compliance. It shows that I do not hold any holdings in this. It shows the price as well as the currency and the exchange where it is, the sector and the name. I add the stocks to portfolio. I can rename it. I can rename it to demo of 11th July. Confirm. I have now created a portfolio of demo of 11th July, the last portfolio over here. As I've not invested any money into it, my invested amount is NA. As you can see, there is 1 stock which is compliant. Everything else is non-compliant. Hence, this is 1. I haven't, since it is a portfolio which I have created today, so there is no change value. I haven't added a present holding for this. Hence, it is NA. Since I've created the portfolio today, so there is no portfolio performance also as of now. If I want to add or delete stocks from here, I just have to click over here in terms of manage stocks. I want to delete the entire portfolio. I can do it as a bin over here. Let's click on manage stocks. I get inside the portfolio. Sorry, manage stocks will help you open the universe and you can add more stocks. You can go back from here. Just click anywhere on the portfolio and you will enter the portfolio. So you can see over here the name of the portfolio, the date it has been created, 11 July 2020. The compliance stats, so there are 3 stocks, but 1 is compliant. Nothing has been invested. So the value is also nothing, no changes because it's a new portfolio. If you want to add stocks in this portfolio, you have to add stocks from here. You just click on add stocks. Again, it will take you to the same functionality. The entire universe will open up and you can select stocks from there. Let's go back. If you want to add holdings, you can add holdings from here in the line item over here. For AstraZeneca PLC ADR, you can add holdings from here. This entire functionality is undergoing a change. Inshallah, within just a couple of days, that is the next week itself, this entire piece is going to get changed. You will have a very detailed holding options over here. You can add stocks at different buy levels and keep it in different portfolios and do all of those things. So let's say, for example, you bought AstraZeneca at 100 and you bought it at 150 and you bought it at 200. You can have 3 line items as well. If you sold the 100 lot, you can make an entry over there as well that the 100 lot has been sold. So it is getting updated very, very soon. As of now, if I click on holdings, I add my holdings. I bought 100 stocks. This is the current price, but let's say your price that you have bought it was different. You bought it at $50. Confirm it. It will say that holdings has been updated, and you can see your holding value has been 5.4K, and your holding has been updated. As you can also see, this approximates it. So 5K USD has been invested, and the current value is 5.4K. So this is the number of holdings multiplied by the current pricing. This is the amount you actually invested. Remember, this is a replication of your portfolios. This doesn't involve any of your actual monies. All your actual trading has to be done in your stock trading account through your authorized broker. Very, very simple. Basis your search, there are some recommended stocks also. This recommended stocks means Sharia compliant stocks which are similar in nature to these stocks. So these are not buy recommendations. We are not an investment advisor. So you can see more stocks which are similar to these. So if, as you see, AstraZeneca is a healthcare stocks, a lot of healthcare stocks will be here. So PetroChina is an energy stock. So a couple of energy stocks will also be here. If you can see, most of these are like Novo Nordisk, Amgen, Sanofi. These are Gilead Sciences. These are pharma stocks because they are similar in nature to AstraZeneca. If you see, there is ExxonMobil, which is an energy stock, which is similar to PetroChina, which you have selected initially. Okay. So that brings us to the portfolio. Very, very simple. Let's go to the next one. Universe. Universe allows you to discover stocks, right? So these are all the stocks listed in your market. As you can see, this is the ticker, the name, the sector in which it is, the price of that stock. If you are holding in that stock, so it will give you a value and the percentage by which your holding has gone up. All of these are demo portfolios, so don't worry about the numbers over here. So this is non-compliant, this is compliant, non-compliant, compliant. There is a list view as well on the top right where I'm making a circle. If you click over here, you can see the list view as well. So all of these stocks. A lot of people do ask us, can I copy this into an Excel? We do not allow a blanket download into Excel to protect our data, but you can copy it this way and paste it in the Excel sheet. If you want to follow any of these stocks but do not want to add it to a portfolio, you can click over here. Okay, following. Okay. So this allows you to follow this. Now, once you go to your profile section, you can see the list of the stocks that you're following. Oh, no, it's not here. In the new version, which is going to come up next week, you can also see a list of your followings. All right. So that's the universe. There are a couple of more options in terms of advanced filter in the universe. People who are using the app want to upgrade to the desktop. There is a discounted price available on your app itself. If you go to your subscription section, you can see the discounted price to upgrade to the desktop version. It's a lot more easier to do research on the desktop version. A lot of advanced features are going to come on the desktop version. The app is going to become a quick reference guide. So things you do on the desktop version will reflect on the app as well. The internet is not that great today. It's taking quite a lot of time to upload things. Let's move on. If you have any request, any stock which has not been covered, you can raise a request through the My Request option. Just click over here, input the stock, the country, and the stock that you want to search, and submit. All the articles, a lot of questions that you may have today will already be asked and answered over here. As you can see, there are more than 276 discussions which have happened. A lot of stock related answers have also been given out in the stock related option. There are 506 questions that people have asked in just a couple of months, and we've alhamdulillah answered a lot of those. If you want to start a new discussion, you can click over here and start a new discussion. So this is the stock discussion. So people have asked about Sky, SK, Helix Sync, Alibaba.com. Why is the performance NA? Thanks for the great app. From Mizuho, what the hot news? Car company, Salam, is there a reason why this car manufacturer isn't compliant? Right, see, like for example, Toyota Motors Corporation, right? They've asked that, why is Toyota Motors Corporation non-compliant? It just manufactures car. This is the difference between hearsay and actual research. As you can see, Toyota Motor Corporation does manufacture cars, but it also the answer should be there somewhere. As you can see, the admin has answered. The revenue for Toyota Motor Corporation is from sales of vehicle as well as financing. The revenue from financing is 7% of total income. Hence, the sector is Sharia non-compliant. There you go. That's the answer. This is where Team Islamically specializes in. The research team understands which sector seemingly looks fine but has a problem. And this is the key difference between us and probably all the other apps in the industry, because we pride ourselves in the sector screening, which is where the magic lies. Hence, if you have not subscribed to Islamically, please go ahead and subscribe. The prices are discounted already. If you have any problems in terms of its cost, get in touch with our customer support, and they will help you out in terms of pricing, in terms of payments, in all aspects. For paid users who have already subscribed, thank you for your support. If you have any issues in terms of asking for help, or you can just click over here and we will help you on a live basis right away. If you click over here, there are more content coming in over here. A lot of YouTube videos will come up over here. But if you click over here and say, I need help, somebody will come online in just a couple of seconds. Sometimes it will take a couple of minutes as well, because we may be busy in some other issue. As you can see, somebody has come in. Let's come in, and they are available to help you. There you go. Somebody will help you instantly. So that's the level of customer support that we are looking to provide you. So if you're looking to subscribe, rest be assured, we're always here to help you. These webinars are also held every weekend, almost the same time nowadays. And we're here to support you 24/7. All right. There are videos as well coming up regarding each functionality very, very soon on our YouTube channel. I think I have covered a lot of things already on this. If you have any specific questions that you want to ask, we are here definitely. The good news is the iOS app has been upgraded. The crashes that people have had faced have been fixed. Inshallah, you should have very smooth experience. Let me stop sharing the screen. There is some disturbance somewhere. I'm not sure why. Are you all there? Can you hear me? Let me just recalibrate the... Yes, I've got confirmation. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Let's now start with the questions, the most interesting part. I've already taken up for 38 minutes in this webinar. So let me just summarize it. Islamically is a research portal to give you exact actionable compliance information as to what is a Sharia compliant stock and the reasons for it as well. It clearly tells you whether a stock is compliant or non-compliant. It doesn't keep you hanging in the balance. That is, it gives you a compliance, like take your own judgment that it's questionable. I don't know. If you don't know, then why? If I don't know if a stock is compliant or not, why would you come on our app and pay a subscription fee? We need to be very sure whether it's compliant or not, using reasonable judgment, using the knowledge that the Sharia scholars have given us, using the Sharia scholars that have given us their time and the knowledge, and the correct information basis, actual research basis, research advisor-led compliance classification. Do subscribe if you have not subscribed already. We are here to help. We are I keep saying this a lot of times, but as you would have seen in the presentation till now, We have a full-fledged Sharia Scholars board, a full-fledged research team. We're just not some technologists who think that this is a big market. We've been doing this for 20 years already, and we felt that you as retail investors. Okay, there's a question. I'll answer that later as we go along, because I have to take other questions as well. We felt that there is a big need to launch such kind of app so that you as retail investors can create an Islamic portfolio at the cheapest available prices through your brokers, and do not have to pay a premium to any asset manager or a portfolio manager or an investment advisor to give you Sharia compliant information. You know from your research which stock is the best stock to invest in as far as your research is concerned. Islamically will help you tell you if that stock is Sharia compliant currently, as well as in continuous compliance. Right? As soon as it becomes non-compliant, we will inform you. If a stock which is non-compliant is something that you are following, if it becomes compliant, you will get to know. We give you a lot of tools, a lot of content. We also help you with all of the trading rules. There's a forum wherein if you have any issue while you trade for a Sharia compliant stocks and you do not know what to do in a particular circumstance, please put up a question. If we have the knowledge from the Sharia scholars previously discussed, we will answer it immediately. If we do not know that answer, we will say that we do not know the answer, get back to the Sharia scholars, ask them, and then post the answer for you. That is Islamically. Hence, we have created a forum section, a Q&A section, these webinars to be absolutely transparent, to give you the comfort that Islamically is real, is genuine, is 100% backed by Sharia scholars. Inshallah, the next time our Sharia committee convenes post the COVID scene, we will do a Facebook Live with our Sharia scholars as well. All right, let's get to the questions very quickly. Wa alaikum assalam to a lot of people. Brother Ali is asking us, is options trading halal or not? My dear friend, there is we just recently published on the app itself the entire rationale behind whether options and futures are Sharia compliant or not. If you go to the article section, you should be able to see it. I think it's on the blog, but nonetheless, to answer your question, options and futures are not Sharia compliant because they violate one single principle, that is, you do not have 100% ownership of the stock that has given out the option. The hadith on this is, if you do not own that stock, you cannot sell it. Hence, futures and options are not Sharia compliant. We have on the blog, we have a section called trading rules. There also it is mentioned that futures and options in the conventional manner is not allowed. Brother Muhammad is asking us, what is the subscription cost? Very, very simple. If you try and go to the app, you can get upgrade now. Just select the market, whichever market you want to access. Let's say you want to access India. See whichever subscription offer you want. You just want the app. You get the pricing information over here. You want the app plus desktop. The best way is to get to the app plus desktop. If you want to get multiple markets, you can add multiple markets as well. You can add more markets from the drop down. Let's say you want to add Australia as well, and the app and the pricing. Proceed to checkout. The discounts are already given on the app itself. If you have a discount code that you would have got as a notification, put it. We don't give a lot of discount codes. The discounts are already built in into the pricing. You can see it. Once you're happy, just click on pay. Input your card details. You can pay either through Stripe or you can pay through PayPal as well. Simple as that. On the desktop version, if you are on the web, I'll just show you. If you go to Islamically.com, if it's loading up, on the login section, which is here, okay, on the top right corner, just click over there, input your ID, let's say sign in, and you can see the entire pricing out here. Okay, since I have selected this, I will delete that. You can select the country. Let's say you want to see United States. That's United States. Which subscription would you want to go in? Just the app. Submit it. The best way to subscribe is to go for the 1-year plan, because it's a monthly of just $8.33. Whereas if you want to pay monthly, it's $12.95. Just click on this. If you want to go for app plus desktop, you can select that as well. The monthly is just $16.58. If you pay monthly, it's $19.95. If you pay all in one shot, it's cheaper. Proceed to checkout. Click on proceed to checkout, and you can enter your card number very simply and pay. You can either pay through PayPal or you can pay through a credit card information as well. So input your name, your mobile number, and you can see what is your subscription amount over here. Let's get rid of this. If you have any issues, just reach us out on this WhatsApp number. You have a WhatsApp number over here as well. That's how you can subscribe. Let's get back to the questions. So intraday trading is not allowed. Options trading is not allowed. Subscription cost I've already said. Yes, Brother Ali is asking, there's a different cost for using the web version. Yes, there's a different cost for using the web version. Although if you've already subscribed to the app version, you get a massive discount to upgrade to the web version. So it has already been taken care of. You don't have to pay the full price. We offer discounts for people who want to upgrade from the app to the desktop. So if you can either subscribe to through the desktop or through the app. If you subscribe to the desktop, for the app plus desktop version, you can use the app as well as a desktop. On the desktop, if you subscribe to only the app, although you can make a payment over there, but your activation will happen on the app itself. Brother Zahir says, can we check whether the stock is halal? Yes, that is the absolute purpose of Islamically. You can check whether a particular stock is Sharia compliant or not, and that's the demo that I have given. On the app, if I have to show you how it works, very simple. If you go to the universe, let's say you've selected India, you can see the green is Sharia compliant stock and the red is non-compliant. If you click on the green one, it flips over there and you can see the detail of that stock as well. So you can see that this stock, which is Hindustan Unilever, is Sharia compliant. It passes the sector screening, it passes the ratios, and it's compliant. If you want to purify, you can click on dividend purification, enter the dividend amount that you've received. Let's say you received 100, input the date, let's say today's date, and click on submit. This is how you can see the dividend purification. That means out of the dividend of 100, you need to purify just 1. So whichever currency you input, the output is also in that same currency. So Islamically gives you absolute crisp Sharia compliance information. It gives you a little bit of pricing information about that. Any discussion about that, it can be seen over here under it itself. If you can see, oh God, so many notifications coming in. All discussions happening about this stock, If you want to, and start a discussion as well. Simple as that. All information on Islamically is updated in real time. That means on a daily basis it is updated. Muhammad Anzar says, is short-term investment allowed in Sharia? once you buy a stock, there is absolutely no problem as to how long you want to hold it, right? If you have bought a stock which is Sharia compliant and you think that tomorrow or by evening itself you've got a good price, you can absolutely sell it. There is no long-term holding period that Sharia prescribes. As long as you buy a Sharia compliant stock, you are the full owner of it. Hence, you can sell it anytime that you wish. There is no stipulated mandatory period which tells you that if you are trading in a Sharia compliant manner, you can do only long-term investing. No such thing. Brother Muhammad asks me, is CFD allowed? Contract for difference? Brother Muhammad, it is absolutely crystal clear amongst Sharia scholars, whether in the West or the Far East or the Arab region, that contract for difference is not allowed. That means it is not Sharia permissible to trade in a CFD manner. Even though if the mother share, that is the CFD, is being taken out on a share which is Sharia compliant, the scholars, at least our scholars that is on our Sharia board, are absolutely crystal clear that CFD is not allowed, even if it is done on a Sharia compliant stock. Muhammad Anzar has another question. Suppose a share of a company, buy at 100 and sell it on 120. And again, if price of same stock fall below 120, can we buy it again and sell with profit? Absolutely, you can buy and sell hundreds of times. As long as you follow the trading rules, that is buy first, sell later. Okay, all the trading rules are mentioned on the article section as well as the blog on the website. You can have a look at that. In your answer, yes, you can buy a share at 100 rupees or $100 and sell it at 120. Again, if the stock price falls below 120, you can buy more and sell again. Absolutely no problem. Brother Muhammad says, what is the authentication of Sharia compliant? In other words, is it Sharia compliant from Saudi? Brother Muhammad, as I have already explained you, our Sharia scholars are mostly Arabs, but our Sharia committee chairman lives in Saudi Arabia. Our most experienced member in our Sharia board stays in Canada. They have had the experience of advising hundreds of asset managers globally in Sharia compliant funds, as well as in Islamic finance in general, in the West, in the middle of the world, that is Africa and the Middle East, as well as in the Far East. So they have got massive experience in this regard. The Sharia criteria which Islamically uses is the most popular Sharia criteria in the world. We believe more than 50% of the globally invested amounts as per Sharia rules are following exactly the same Sharia criteria that we are following. Hence, it's absolutely credible. You've heard what the Sharia scholars have said about Islamically. We've been working with them for 20 years. A massive amount of effort has gone into this. We have been supporting a lot of large Islamic indexes, a lot of large asset managers in the West as well as in the Middle East. We have now brought this service to the retail investor to help you in your journey. Hence, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to our app and as well as the desktop and get the full benefit of investing Islamically. We're not stopping here. Every 2-3 weeks, we're adding more features. As you can see, we've just released a newer version of the iOS app. Inshallah, in the new Islamic year, the Hijri, we will come up with more features very soon as well. Brother Syed says that is intraday trading allowed or not? Again, on the forum section, a lot of questions have been asked, as well as on the blog, there is an article about intraday trading. Let me also elaborate over here. What are the rules for intraday trading? If you buy first and you read the terms and conditions of your broker account, that when is that order executed, upon that event happening, you can sell that stock. So buy and sell can happen even in the same day. Only condition is you need to satisfy your broker's condition that when are you or your order executed completely. Some brokers will make an entry in your holdings. Some broker will make an entry in your position statement. Some brokers will send you a SMS. Some brokers will send you an email. The money will also get deducted from your brokerage account. When that event happens, you are the complete owner of that stock and you can immediately sell after that. If you are selling first and then buying that stock by the end of the day, this is not allowed, because you're trying to sell something which you did not own, which is against the principle of Sharia. So if you buy first and sell later, if that both of these transactions happen on the same day or within a couple of minutes also, as long as you become the full owner of that stock, which the conditions of which will be available on your brokerage account, you can see the terms and conditions, you can definitely do intraday trading. So short selling is not allowed, but buy first and sell later is allowed. The subsequent question which a lot of people will ask will be that, is leverage allowed or not? You can use leverage to buy and sell stocks if that leverage is interest free. Again, read the terms and conditions of your broker to figure out if that leverage that the broker is giving you is interest free or not. If it has interest, then definitely it is not allowed, because any trade activity done out of borrowing money on an interest based principle is not allowed. Aslam Khan Pathan has asked us what are the subscription packages. I have given you a demo. You can go and click on the top right corner of the web, or you can click on the app anywhere, click on upgrade, select a market, and you will be shown the pricing. Pay with your credit card or a debit card or PayPal and upgrade instantly. Saifullah says salam from Uzbekistan. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Saifullah, for joining us from Uzbekistan. Adnan Sheikh says, what if I purchase a share having a news that it will rise? So can I purchase and sell it as soon as it rises, whether be it few seconds after receiving message of fully executed buy? Absolutely. Absolutely. If that stock is Sharia compliant, if that stock has been bought using your own funds or without leverage, or with interest-free leverage, and you fulfilled your broker's condition that now that stock has been bought for you, you can sell it immediately. There's no problem. Absolutely no problem. Brother Syed says intraday trading halal. I've answered that question. Brother Ali says that he's asking about some other service provider in this field. We can talk about us. We cannot talk about anybody else. If you want to understand the credibility about others, please go and ask them the questions. We can only talk about us. Aziz says one-time password is not working for web or Android app, so my account cannot be activated. Please get in touch with your customer support or send us an email, info@islamicly.com, or come to the blog section. Over there, you have a chat function. I'll show you. Let's say, let me share my screen again. There are various ways of getting in touch with our support section. Let's say you come on the blog. Any of the blog. Let's say, for example, you want to see what the stock report that we just published about Amazon. You can come here. As you can see, we are here on the bottom right. Click over here, and you have support. Hi, or salam. I need help with my OTP. There you go. Somebody will come in very, very quickly and try and help you out. That's one way of getting into it. I'll just not bother him. I'll just say I'm just testing. Or you can click on contact us over here on our website. You can enter your message and we'll get back to you. Or if you have WhatsApp, this is our WhatsApp number. Get in touch with us on WhatsApp. Else, if you're on the app, I'll get back to. If you're on the app, go to your profile section. And over here, you have the WhatsApp. Click over here and you'll come to WhatsApp. Somebody will help you immediately. Aziz A, what is the pricing model? The website or app does not have a clear pricing, and comments suggest that it is ambiguous based on bids. Why? No, we don't have an ambiguous pricing. It's very, very clear. We had for initial users, we had given them an offer as to select your own price, but that's over. We have a very clear-cut pricing, as you can see on the app, as I've showed you. Let me get back. On the app, if you want to upgrade subscriptions and upgrade, you can click over here, select the market. Let's say Australia. You want to select, you want to get the app only subscription or the web only. Let's say you want to go to the app only subscription, you will get the pricing. You either have the annual pricing, 3-month, 1 month, or a trial pricing. All right, trial is only for once, just to see the functionalities of the app. You can add more markets. The more markets you add, the more discount you get. If you don't want just the app only, you can also click the app and desktop, and the pricing will change. Once you're happy with it, proceed to checkout. The transparent pricing is given. You will also get the exact amount that you need to pay over here. Just click on pay. You can either pay through a credit card or through PayPal. Very, very transparent. On the web, if you go Islamicly.com, top right, you will have an icon. Click on that icon of a person's icon. Click on that, enter your username, password, and you can go ahead and subscribe to whatever market you want. Aisha says that I tried uploading my portfolio. Most of the shares did not get mapped, although some of these have been screened by you already. This has been a common feedback, and we are trying to improvise on the way we give you the functionality of uploading Excel sheets. The most common problem is the format of the Excel sheet that you're using and the format that we understand. Okay, so we have got hundreds of formats now because a lot of you have tried to upload it, and using analytics at the back end, we are trying to upgrade the formats that we accept, and inshallah very soon we can accept it. If you have a problem with uploading an Excel, just email us your portfolio at info@islamically.com. It's absolutely confidential. Since mail it from your registered email ID, we will upload it from the back end, and inshallah you can access the entire portfolio instantly. Aziz A says, what is the definition of market? Is each country one market, or is market by region? Each country is a market. So a market is United States, a market is Canada, a market is Mexico, a market is India, a market is Malaysia, is Germany, UK, any country. That's the market. Asrar Ahmed says, can we buy IPO? Technically, if you're asking from a Sharia perspective, yes, you can buy into an IPO if it is classified as Sharia compliant. Alhamdulillah, we have started covering IPOs as well, as you can see, in terms of stock reports. So we will continue giving you IPO information. On the blog section, if you go, we just recently covered the IPO of Rosary Biotech IPO. You click over here, you will get the complete information as to what is the Sharia compliance status of this one, with details, with the financial ratio screening and all of it. Right? So if you see Sharia compliance is Sharia compliant. This one is Sharia compliant. If there's an IPO which you want us to cover, let us know and we will cover it instantly. How do you do that? If you're a subscribed user, you can request through screening, or you can put it in the discussion forum, or just email us and we will initiate coverage for that. Technically, from a Sharia perspective, investment in IPO is permissible if it is classified as Sharia compliant. As you can, June is asking, will there be reasons listing why a company stock is not Sharia compliant? Inshallah, as of now, we give a brief reason, that is in the write-up of the stock, we give a brief reason why it is non-compliant, and we also tell that whether it's sector compliant, whether it passes each of the accounting ratios as well. So we give that level of transparency. Very soon, we will also be giving exact information, as you can see it on the Amazon stock report. Let me share my screen again and tell you what is coming up very, very soon. Okay, if I go back and I open up Amazon. This is a stock report for Amazon. Something very similar is going to be put up on the app and the desktop version itself. So it clearly states the business sector screening. So Amazon is involved in 5 business segments, right? Out of these 2 segments, which is physical stores and subscription services, contain non-permissible incomes, okay, which exceeds 5% of total revenue, hence it is non-compliant. Now we have also given a complete breakdown, okay? So a segment description of Amazon. So online stores, physical stores, third-party seller services, subscription services, AWS and advertising services. The revenue from it, if any non-permissible revenue. So in physical stores, as you can see, 859 or just about 5% is non-compliant revenue. The reason is alcohol, pork, tobacco. We have comments as well over here. Similarly, for subscription services, we believe all of it is non-compliant because it has adult entertainment and Amazon Prime membership containing digital video and digital music, hence is non-compliant. We do not consider advertising revenue of Amazon to be non-compliant because of the nature of its advertisement. So it is in-house advertisement. So of all the services listed, of all the product listed on Amazon, it just tries and does advertising services through sellers and merchant programs. So it is not conventional advertisements, they're not running third-party ads on their portal. Hence, we consider it as Sharia compliant. So the total revenue is 2.8. All of it is in millions of USD. So it's $280 billion is the revenue. Out of that, the non-permissible revenue is about $2 billion. Yep, it's $20 billion, which makes it 7.15%, and hence it fails the sector compliance. We've also helped you out with the dividend purification calculation over here and the financial ratio screening as well. So Amazon does pass the financial ratio screening. So it's within limits, and this is within limits, okay? Hence, since it fails the sector screening, it is not compliant. So this is the level of detail in which you will see the information on the desktop version as well as the app version within probably a quarter itself. As of now, we will keep uploading the important stocks on the blog section as well as on the article section of the app. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, where have I reached? Maaz Usmani has asked us, are options call contracts halal investments? To me, it is very similar to placing a down payment on a house or some future investment. Similarly, in terms of options, your premium is like a down payment. It is different when a real estate is concerned. The Sharia scholars have considered this example as well. It is very different in the real estate segment and in the stock segment. The AOFI scholars, our Sharia scholars, have discussed this at length, and they're absolutely clear that when you do not own a stock, which is the case in options and futures and CFDs, you cannot trade in it, and all profits from it is non-compliant. I am not a scholar, but just to answer your question, when you make a down payment for your house, okay, you get it registered in your name, okay? That means a builder will transfer that house in your name when you give him a banking contract that the banker will pay him for that house, right? You give him a down payment, right? Only when you get full ownership, you can sell that house. So it is very different in the stock market and in the real estate segment. The Sharia scholars have considered it. Inshallah, very soon I'm going to put up a write-up on options and futures on the app as well as the desktop as to its permissibility. Let me just check. I think the blog should be there. Okay, it's not there, but we will put it up very soon. Probably this coming Wednesday itself, inshallah, we'll put up the blog as to why AOFI considers option trading to be Sharia compliant, to be non-Sharia compliant. Okay, AOFI has the biggest Sharia board, the most important Sharia scholars are there in AOFI, and what AOFI says about exact verbatim stuff I'm going to publish. So look out for it. Irfan Sayed asks, can you please explain what options do we have when a stock turns non-compliant? Brother Irfan, refer to the trading rules blog on our website. Go through the forum section. A lot of permutation combinations have been discussed over there, and we have answered that. Very, very simply, if a stock which you have invested in was Sharia compliant at the time of investment, you have 90 days to sell it out when it turns non-compliant. All right. The first 30 days after it turns non-compliant, you can wait and watch if it turns back to being Sharia compliant. If that does not happen, then you have 60 days to sell that stock. From the time it turned non-compliant to the time you sold it, any gains that you made, that is the capital gain that you made, has to be donated to charity. That means all of the profits that you make from price changes from the time the stock becomes non-compliant to the time that you have sold it has to be donated to charity. But the investment price at which you bought the stock till the time it turned non-compliant, if you have gains on that, you can completely retain it. Upon selling the stock, you can retain the capital, that is for sure. You can retain the profits that you made till the date it turned non-compliant. From the date it turned non-compliant to the date that you sold it, any gains in that period, you have to purify it. Now, how do you find these dates out? Very, very simple. I will share my screen once again and show you how you can do it on the Islamically desktop portal. Okay. If you're on the dashboard, just search for a stock, let's say granules. All right. Which is in India is the classic example. Now, this option is available only on the desktop version. Hence, I recommend a lot of people to upgrade to desktop if you are only on the app. As you can see, Granules Health is a healthcare company. It is Sharia compliant, right? But if you can see the graph of it, okay, the red parts are when it was non-compliant, and the green parts are when it became compliant. So it can be the other way around as well. All right. Now, if you click over here, the blue part, which is the view history, you will come to know when did this stock turn compliant. Or if it goes the other way around, you can also see. Can you see this part? Oh, fig. Scroll down. This is the time when it turned from being non-compliant to compliant. So 9th of June 2020 it was non-compliant, and 10th of June 2020 it became compliant. So this gives you the historical information. We are upgrading this functionality also. Probably within 2-3 weeks you will see a better design layout. You can even input your stock and you can get the result as to when it turned compliant, or your investment, sorry, you can put your investment date for a particular stock and you will get a result whether the entire period that you held that stock was a compliant period or not. So this functionality is also getting upgraded, but the raw data is already here. You can definitely see when it turned non-compliant, and this functionality is only on the desktop version. Let's get back to the questions. Aisha is asking a question. Market capitalization is driven by investor sentiment and not by real value of the company. Total assets is a better denominator as it is the intrinsic value. AOFI does not take market capitalization, nor does TASIS. I feel that particular parameter is the reason many of the stocks fail the test in your screening. There is an article which we recently sent out on the blog. Please read that. I'll again share my screen so that I can show you that article on the blog. As you can see, this article, Sharia Financial Ratio Screening, Market Capitalization versus Total Assets. Please read this blog. It will tell you clearly why market capitalization is a better parameter. And you can see over here who is following market cap in the world and who is following total assets. Okay, S&P, which has the maximum amount of acceptance globally in the West, in the Middle East, as well as in the Far East, uses market capitalization. Dow Jones, right, which used to use assets, has now moved to market capitalization. AOFI also uses market capitalization, by the way, right? And Islamically also uses market capitalization. The smaller index providers like FTSE, MSCI, KMI, and SEC Malaysia use total assets. Okay. Now there is a clear, detailed write-up as to why market capitalization is better. We have also given analysis as to if we use market capitalization, what happens, and if we use assets, what happens. As you can see, we have given a sector-wise classification over here as well, and an analysis. So please do read these things. We have done a lot of research for people like you who are curious to find out why we are doing something. We are absolutely transparent. We have done this for tens of years. Hence, we have all the answers available. These are the issues which have been discussed by the Shariah scholars, and we have clear-cut answers. And we believe in sharing the knowledge, and hence we have put up this article for you and your benefit. So please do read it. And your assessment is incorrect in the sense that AOFI does use market capitalization and not assets. Read AOFI Standard 21, Financial Papers and Bonds. You'll get your answer. Munib has asked us a similar question. Are we allowed to buy shares in an IPO? Yes, you can buy shares in an IPO. Islamically covers IPOs as well, as in when we come to know of them. If you have an IPO that you want us to cover, we will do that. Just send us the request and we will cover it very, very soon. As long as it's classified as Sharia compliant, yes, you can invest in the IPO. Fahad says that if I subscribe to Germany, Fahad, if it is cross-listed, so you're asking whether if I subscribe to a stock, to a market, can I trade in can I get compliance information of a stock which is not in that market, but in some other market? If that stock is cross-listed, so if it is EDR, GDR, or whatever you call it, or it's cross-listed in your market, you will have the compliance information. Let's say you subscribe to the US market. A lot of Canadian stocks are listed in the US stock exchange, right? Which is NASDAQ or NYSE or the OTC counters. If it is available or listed in your country, you can access that information. If we do not have coverage, you can give us the screening request, and within 24 hours, we'll come back to you with the with initiation of screening and tell you whether it is compliant or not. Simple as that. If the stock is listed in your country, whether it originally belongs to your country or not, but if it is listed in one of your exchanges, you can get access to that as well. Aisha says, is it 24-hour support? Yes, it is 24-hour support. If it is a research-oriented query, we will answer it saying that it is research-oriented, and up until the next morning when the research team comes back to office, you will have to wait for that. If it is a technical query, we give 24/7 support. Brother Irfan Saeed says, how much extra should I pay for the web upgrade from mobile app from the India region? Just go to your profile, click on the subscriptions. You will get all the upgrade options over there. Click on that and you will be guided. If you have any queries or any support that you require, under that there's a chat support. Click on it. Somebody will be able to help you. Ishaq says that it's intraday trading halal. I've answered that question. There is a blog on the website of Islamically as well as on the app, the article section. You can have a look. In the discussion section, there are probably more than 10 to 20 questions have been asked around intraday trading, and I have answered that. Again, Ishaq says, what is Islamically better than somebody else? It's up to you. We are here in front of you. We have given what we have done. We've given you our credibility. We have given you the ethos that we believe in. We have been very transparent as to what the Sharia scholars have said about us. More than 50% of the world follows our research. Alhamdulillah. That's our credibility. If you believe we are credible, if you believe we are doing a better job than the others, please follow us and subscribe to our app. If you feel we are not doing a good job, please write about us. Please give us feedback, and we will inshallah get back to you. If your understanding is if there's a misunderstanding, we'll help you understand what we are doing. If your feedback is genuine and we are lacking in it, we'll inshallah correct ourselves. So whether we are better than the others, we are not here to tell you that. We can only say what is that we are doing good, how credible we are, whether we have a Sharia scholars backing, whether we have a research team backing, whether sector screening is important, the entire trading rules, whether we are knowledgeable enough to give you a classification. Can you trust us? We have given all of that on the article section, through the blogs, through these AMAs, through webinars. We are here to answer your questions, and we believe we are the best. Now, it's up to you to believe it or do your own research. Sajid says that if a stock I have invested shows compliant and then after investing it becomes non-compliant, how can I get detail of why it has become non-compliant? When a stock becomes non-compliant, you have the details as to what it has failed, whether it has failed the sector screening or it has failed the financial ratio screening. You can have a look at that. If you are subscribed to the web version, you can even pinpoint as to which date it has failed. Even on the web section, we have a very interesting feature only on the web, which tells you compliance risk factor, which means that although if a stock is Sharia compliant, the risk factor is high. That would mean that one of its financial ratios or its sector screening is near the threshold. That means if this company is having 4.6% as non-permissible revenue, it is under the threshold, hence it is compliant, but its risk of it moving to become non-compliant is high. You can see the compliance risk factor to be high. For the financial ratios, let's say for example, its company's debt is 32.5%, it's under the threshold, that is under the 33% threshold, it's compliant. But the possibility of it becoming non-compliant is high, hence the risk factor will be mentioned as high. This feature is only available on the desktop version. So if you are a serious trader, you should get the desktop version, which helps you with these functionalities. Aisha asked us that what is the issue with the pricing information available on the app. There has been some issue on the pricing. Yes, last whole week we have been working on it. We are moving service providers. The service provider that we were using was not giving us pricing for all the 35,000 stocks that we cover currently. There were some delays, although most of the stocks were fine, but some stocks, especially in the Southeast Asian region, were not being covered adequately. So we're moving the service provider, and inshallah, very soon you will get near real-time prices. Apart from that, the absolute aim of Islamically is to give Sharia compliance information. All the other features which are better covered in your brokerage app. We just give these features for guidance. All right. Aslam Khan Pathan says, should we get advisor to buy any share from profitable market? That's up to you. For Sharia compliance information, Islamically is the go-to place. For financial information about the stock, whether it's going to make you money or not, you will have to go somewhere else. Aisha says that, can you show a demo of how dividend purification should be done for stocks bought and sold in earlier financial years? Very, very simple. You just have, if you are on the app, let's say you are on the app, let's go to the universe. I am on the free version right now for the India market, and it should load. I'll crash the app and open it again. You just have to click on the dividend purification, input the date when you got the dividend, input the dividend that you got, and you will get the answer. Very, very simple and easy. It's loading. Don't know why it's taking time today. Everything is taking time today. Let's move on. I'll come back to the dividend purification query as soon as my app loads. Yes, I do have internet. June says, how long will the discount be for, as I am thinking of buying 3 months and then I might upgrade to yearly. Please go ahead and buy the 3 monthly package. Absolutely no problem. Once you upgrade from 3 monthly to an annual package, you're eligible for further discounts. It's available on the app itself. Ryan says that, is there a way on the app or on the desktop version to sort compliant stocks by level of debt? For example, sort by lowest debt ratio to the highest. That is a feedback that has consistently been coming to us in the past couple of days, and it has been worked upon. In the next update of the desktop version, you will get this functionality. So you will be able to sort by debt levels or cash levels or accounts receivables levels as well. This functionality is coming up on the desktop version very soon. Just a second. So this functionality, Ryan, is coming up very soon. Zahir says, is intraday trading halal? Yes, it is halal if you follow the rules. The rules are available on the desktop version, on the website, as well as on the app called Trading Rules for Sharia Compliant Stocks. Very, very simple. Okay, the app is now up. Let's say, for example, you click here over here. You go on either Purify directly or you click on View. Once you click on View, you can definitely see Purify. Click on the Purify section. Enter the date, whichever was your date, okay, that you got the dividend. We got multiple years over here in the drop-down menu. If you go to 2018, let's say 11th of July, okay, and you got a dividend of 100, click on Submit. It will tell you the dividend purification. Simple as that. Muhammad Shoaib says, is intraday trading permissible? Guys, please do read the content that we send, okay? You're most welcome to ask us questions over here. Intraday trading is permissible if you buy first and sell later. The intricacies of it is mentioned on the blog on Islamicly.com, as well as on the article section of Islamically. Brother Somil says that upgrade pack is too much costly for Indian user. Get in touch with our customer support and see if they can help you out with. Khairul Effendi asks us about, how about recommendation of halal company from local Sharia security contradict with Islamically application, say non-Sharia? Why does this exist? If you have some other app or some other source through which you find information which is contradictory to Islamically, there are two things. First thing, compare the Sharia criteria. If the Sharia criteria is same, then the second issue can happen, which is who is doing the correct research or who has updated the app or the information on a live basis. Islamically, Sharia criteria is given on our app as well in the profile section, as well as on our website. You can look at that Sharia criteria. Secondly, Islamically updates its research on a daily basis. Compare with somebody else whether they update the research on a daily basis. Thirdly, you're free to ask a question specifically to that stock. We will answer that question on the app or the desktop version as to why we have classified it as a Sharia compliant stock or a non-Sharia compliant stock. Then you can go ask those guys as well why they have classified it as Sharia compliant or not. So principal reasons why stocks have differences is because of Sharia criteria, the time they have been updated, and the kind of research that has gone into it. For the upload option, Muhammad is asking us, why don't you share Excel format? We're looking to do something very similar, or we are looking to directly integrate with the depository participant as well. So we will figure that out. Don't worry about it. Inshallah, we'll figure it out for the upload option. Muhammad asked us, what about Rosary Biotech IPO? Is it Rosary Biotech IPO is Sharia compliant? We have, as I've shown you on the app, there is a report in the article section, detailed report as to why it is Sharia compliant, as well as on the blog section, there's a detailed report as to why it is Sharia compliant. Feroz has asked us a question, does the app provide insights on how to calculate the value of any individual stock? Not sure what that means. Ansar has asked us a question that, brother, Amazon Prime Video's music comes under entertainment zone. How to say it is Sharia compliant? It is non-Sharia compliant. So Amazon Prime Videos is a non-Sharia compliant section. So if you see the detailed report, it is under the non-compliant section. Ishaq asks us, what halal brokers do you recommend? You do not need a halal broker. Absolutely don't need a halal broker. Go with the broker which gives you the best pricing. You like his interface, you like his features, you like his pricing. Come on Islamically, look at the Sharia compliant stocks, add the Sharia compliant stocks on the Islamically portfolio and buy it through your broker. This is the cheapest way to manage your halal portfolio. You do not need to go with a halal certified broker. If you want to do that, the broker will simply charge you a premium for no specific service that he is giving you. Islamically provides you which stock is halal, when was it halal, when did it turn non-compliant. You have a portfolio section, you have a watch list, you have all the details regarding as to how to manage a Sharia compliant portfolio in a Sharia compliant manner on Islamically. Go to any stockbroker and trade through him. The rules of trading are given on the website. We answer questions about it. These AMAs are for that as well. Make your life very simple. Why do you waste money? Asrar Ahmed again asks, IPO is halal or not? As I said, if it is certified halal, it is permissible to invest. Aisha said, is it enough if I mention the dates of my purchase? No, you will have to input the dividend amount because we do not have information as to how much dividend have you received. That information is not integrated into Islamically as yet. Ali says, I'm already a premium member for the app. If I want to use the desktop version, should I need to buy again? Yes, desktop comes at a higher price because it has a lot more features, a lot more new features are also going to come up on the desktop version. If you're already an app subscriber, you get a discount to upgrade to the desktop version. Just go to your subscription section and click to upgrade. You will see the discount applicable for your subscription. Yep, I think we have reached the end of the questions. Brother Adnan Sheikh, I've already answered your question. Yes, you can do that as long as the stock is Sharia compliant and you have satisfied the condition of your broker that the stock has been bought for you by the broker. Somil says upgrade is too costly. I've answered that question. Get in touch with the customer support. If they have any offers running right now, they'll be able to help you out with the offers. I think that brings us, brother, one more. What about covered call puts? Okay, it's again a derivative contract, my dear friend. It's again a derivative contract. All of these derivative contracts are not permissible to invest in, even though the mother stock is Sharia compliant. There are Sharia compliant futures and options processes available, but over the counter with regular brokers, they are not available. Aisha, I have noted down your question, right? Since these are very specific questions that you're asking, you can send us an email and I'll answer them in detail. But for the benefit of everybody else, the answer is very simple. If you have invested in a stock which you thought was Sharia compliant by using any other service, and now you have shifted to Islamically, and on Islamically, you find that this stock is non-compliant, right? And the price, the current pricing is such that if you sell it, you may make a loss. Then the Shariah scholars have given permission that you can hold it till the time you recover the capital and sell it at the time you recover the capital. Any gains, any minor gains by the time you sell it also has to be purified. Clear? I think I've answered that question now in detail. That's it. We should absolutely stick to the time. We had 90 minutes. Thank you for being a very good audience, and thank you for being very, very participative. I hope I've been able to answer your questions diligently. I hope you like Islamically. It is very important that you build Islamically as well along with us by subscribing to Islamically. Wasif Muhammad Raza has asked a question: can I buy an intraday cover order or bracket order? I'm not sure what that means. I'll have to study that and come back to you in terms of what's a cover order and a bracket order. If it is leveraged or if it is something that does not give you full ownership of the stock, then is non-compliant. So that's the basic rule. Thank you everybody for sticking around with us. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming online. Please spread the word. If you like what we are trying to do, please write us a review. We really need good reviews. If you do not like us, tell us right now, or send us an email, or write to us on the app as to what is that you don't like about us. Inshallah, we are here. We want to be very transparent and give you the best service available. If there's anything that we have not covered, inshallah, let's cover it in the next webinar. We do webinars every weekend. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Do subscribe and upgrade. We really need that support. And the least that you can do is write a review for us on the app stores. The iOS app has not upgraded, so please give us a review for that as well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for being a very good audience.